Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. I have the simplest tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. There is only one thing in life worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. Life is far too important, a thing ever to talk seriously about. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Consistency is the last refuge of the unimaginative. Patriotism is the virtue of the vicious. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. I can resist everything except temptation. Between men and women, there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. If you are not too long, I will wait here for you all my life. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is. When the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers. Children begin by loving their parents. After a time, they judge them. Rarely, if ever, do they forgive them. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people whom we personally dislike. Success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. America is the only country that went from barbarism to decadence without civilization in between. Men always want to be a woman's first love. Women like to be a man's last romance. Life imitates art far more than art imitates life. True friends stab you in the front. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Women are made to be loved, not understood. Memory is the diary that we all carry about with us. Society exists only as a mental concept. In the real world, there are only individuals. Ambition is the last refuge of the failure. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. I can resist everything but temptation. The old believe everything. The middle-aged suspect everything. The young know everything. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. To lose one parent may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Work is the curse of the drinking classes. He has no enemies, but is intensely disliked by his friends. No man is rich enough to buy back his past. I always pass on good advice. It is the only thing to do with it. It is never of any use to oneself. Life is never fair, and perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. To expect the unexpected shows a thoroughly modern intellect. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. Moderation is a fatal thing. Nothing succeeds like excess. What is a cynic? A man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. Who, being loved, is poor. The world is a stage, but the play is badly cast. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. A gentleman is one who never hurts anyone's feelings unintentionally. It is through art, and through art only, that we can realize our perfection. One of the many lessons that one learns in prison is that things are what they are and will be what they will be. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Bigamy is having one wife too many. Monogamy is the same. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Conversation about the weather is the last refuge of the unimaginative. It is better to be beautiful than to be good, but it is better to be good than to be ugly. By giving us the opinions of the uneducated, journalism keeps us in touch with the ignorance of the community. One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. This suspense is terrible. I hope it will last. Ridicule is the tribute paid to the genius by the mediocrities. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. One's real life is so often the life that one does not lead. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. An excellent man, he has no enemies, and none of his friends like him. A man can be happy with any woman as long as he does not love her. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. I sometimes think that God in creating man somewhat overestimated his ability. The world is divided into two classes, those who believe the incredible and those who do the improbable.